Head into the festive holiday season, consumers will be buying gifts for loved ones, and of course it means that the growing online shopping phenomena will come with its own concerns. Let's expand on this. Charles Lambert, Cybersecurity and Senior IT Administrator at Boston City Campus, joins us to explore the festive season's consumer online shopping trends and discuss ways to protect oneself while shopping online. Charles, a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's the season of goodwill. You know, there's a lot of happiness and presents, but of course, not everyone has read the memo. How does one avoid e-commerce scams during this period, which is highly likely?
So the key is you need to be vigilant, especially with Black Friday. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Do your homework first. If one of the commerce websites advertises something, go look at the links that is sent to you, or try and follow well-known reputable sources like SAPS or any of these, Facebook, but not necessarily just Facebook, but just try and follow these more reputable sources where you can see where adverts are coming from, instead of just clicking on any link that might look suspicious.
So what are some of the notable trends you're seeing as the build-up intensifies around the season?
So phone calls is still a typical problem that most people are experiencing, where you get these phone calls where a cyber criminal is trying to put you under pressure, saying your card has been fraudulently used in a transaction, and then they try and get a one-time PIN from you, and that's the first warning flag that you should already be aware of. If the moment they ask you for any form of one-time PIN or anything like that should tell you, do not give it to them. Rather just hang up the phone and phone your bank and follow the right channels to ensure that you are protected.
So what will a reputable online retailer not ask you for?
So take someone like Takealot. They won't ask you to click on a suspicious link, for instance. So in your emails, you might receive a link from Take a Lot instead of Take a Lot. And what you could do is just take your mouse and hover over the link and just see what the URL is coming up as. Often what you could do is, if it's not from a reputable online store, what you could do is copy the link and just open up a internet result where you can type in, is this safe? And often you might find one of your antivirus providers that gives you a link where you can paste this URL into, and it will give you some kind of key or idea of whether that link is safe or not. But most of the times, if you receive something that you didn't expect, do not click on it. It most likely is too good to be true.
Yeah, you raise an important point there. I mean, spelling errors are a massive red flag. I mean, if you see that the spelling is incorrect, there you have it. Then you know that you're going to be robbed, scammed. When it comes to security, which is an absolute key during this festive season period, it's not easy to remember a whole lot of different passwords, but how important is a unique, secure password for online buying and selling?
It is very important. Having a pet's name or any password like QWERTY as an example, or even the word password 123, there's a dictionary of easy to use passwords that cyber criminals use, and within 5 seconds that they can reveal 90% of the passwords that are out there. And the key is you shouldn't be using easy to guess passwords. If you can use multi-factor authentication to further enhance your security, that also helps. keep your software up to date. Make sure that you don't click on dodgy links or anything like that. But also, when you do online purchases, most banks offer you the facility of using a virtual card. So what you could do is create a small capped usage of, for instance, 500 Rand for online purchases. And then whenever you do online purchases, you use this virtual card instead of your normal card. And at least when you, the chances are 1 out of 1,000 people will get hacked or their information exposed, then at least you can mitigate some of that risk by rather using a virtual card.
What also one is seeing is SMSs coming in during this period with a link, and of course the number itself is long and it looks like it comes from somewhere reputable, but there's always a telltale sign, isn't there?
Yeah, most of the times using something like Truecaller, it sometimes helps, but most of the times when you see these weird things which almost forces you to, the key is when they urgently want you to act on something. That's usually your first telltale sign that they want you to react, and that's your first key to warn you to say, whoa, think about this, don't click on it.
What is the composition of a strong password? Now that, I mean, we're going back and forth here, but you made mention that there's a whole book and a whole list of obvious ones that hacker will figure out within seconds.
So there are tools. Not everyone can remember their passwords, but there are tools like your password managers, where never try and save your password in your browser, but if you can use a password manager instead, like OnePass or a tool like that, where you can, the tool actually saves the passwords for you and it gives you recommended passwords. It even manages it for you, so it can give you a strong password of 20 characters, completely randomly garbages the codes up. You only have to remember the one password, the master password for the password manager, but the password manager actually manages these passwords for you, so it makes it a lot more secure. And also, if you do suspect your information might have been hacked somewhere, there's a website like haveibeenpwned.com where you can research your email address and put that in there, and it will come back and tell you whether your information has been compromised in the past or not.
Interesting you mention that, because just a moment ago I was speaking to the SA Policing Union, and they were talking about how police need to be capacitated to the level of cyber crime, because a lot of their methods are outdated. And of course, it seems faster to check that way than have to go to the police station and hope that someone will help you. What are some of the notable trends you're seeing in that space, and how police should be equipping themselves?
So we as South Africans, we need to support the police as much as we can. It's not just the police that needs to protect us. We need to protect ourselves as well. And the more we can empower ourselves and empower the police, the better. We need to remember that cyber criminals are creative, that they even employ marketing teams to figure out ways to market how to extort you out of your money. They even use tools like artificial intelligence, where they can create intelligent marketing strategies, and on the fly the AI can recommend what different mechanisms would work per client trying to extort them out of their money.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking to us this evening and giving us those tips, ending that conversation with Charles Lambert, Cybersecurity and Senior IT Administrator at Boston City Campus.